The other study we're doing is just sort of playing with the idea of the transition for the well, the small tree that's going to be in the painting, but foliage in general, trees as a overall idea. So what I've done here is painted in a really light watery wash of azo yellow into both of the studies as well as the tree. And just so you know, the tree, which is it's not quite dry yet, but it's fun using, and I'll show you some more, but just trying to use a real scattered kind of a sloppy brush stroke kind of thing. But that's not for this video. This video is going to be beginning the transition from yellow to yellow green to a green to a dark green. And I am once again going to, actually not once again, but I'm going to assume light from the upper left on these. On this one I'm going to assume from the upper right, so it will be the inverse as far as values and color change. So I just brought in a little bit of peacock blue, and as hopefully you've been learning, it doesn't take a whole lot of peacock blue or any of the phthalos to take over. They are fun, but they have very strong tinting strength. So let's see, here's I just sort of grabbed some of that and put a little bit more of the azo yellow in it, and I think this is dry enough, so I'm going to go in like this, leaving my top left shape the color it already was. This paper might be kind of beat up, so we'll see what happens. It looks very textured. I'm not sure what the deal with that is, but that'll be good for a tree. So nothing hopefully too earth-shattering there, although fun to start playing with these colors. And I'm going to clean out my brush. And then for this second one, like the planter, there's a couple ways, well, like anything, but there's several ways we could do it. But I want to basically start transitioning from just the yellow to a yellow green. So one of the ways we talked about was either starting off with all just plain water, or just another watery mix of the original color, which is kind of what I'm going to do here. And then I'm going to start bringing in some of that green, and we will see what happens. Light is making some weird reflections, so I hope this is working on the video. Let's see. Sure, let's do that. And So for the tree, I'm gonna start transitioning to a little yellowy green. I want to leave, mostly I want to leave this area the lightest, and as like any sort of spherical, I think spherical is what I really think of when I think of trees or most foliage in general. That's an overstatement, but I want to make sure that I'm leaving some light yellows when I start bringing in a little bit more greener yellows. And so this is that kind of fun idea of just making it kind of sloppy to mimic the tree line, but I am the leaf line, I should say. But I am, as you can see, coming down, and I'm adding a little bit more green as we get to the lower right. It's mostly just a little too much paint right now. I want to grab in a little bit more of the yellow that does have sort of some green already in it. And sort of here and there, it's also good to start popping in a little bit of darker color. But once again, I'm leaving it nice and light up in this area. And the further we get, the clearer that will be of why I'm doing that. So there's a little bit even more darker green. So it is okay to keep at this and go a little bit faster as far as your transition. So hopefully you can see it's mostly a light yellow in the upper right here, and then as it moves further away from the light source, it's getting yellow green and then green. Well, mostly yellow greens. Yeah, I'll worry about that trunk and that thing later. Anyways, I'm going to leave that like that and dry it and do more at some point.